Well, that came about, my Jackanory story in 1975, before most of you were born, when I was a Birmingham schoolboy. They had this competition every year on Jackanory, this program where actors like Kenneth and Judi Dench and John Nettles and Bernard Cribbins would read a story for the whole week. So a 15-minute story every day when he got home from school. Fabulous. And Kenneth was always the best, because he was the funniest as far as I was concerned. But they had a competition, you could write a story and send it in. So I was 13 and obsessed, not with Kenneth Williams or anything like that, but with the Goon Show. I was a Spike Milligan obsessive from the age of 11. And in fact, I went to see Spike Milligan performing in Birmingham in 1974. In fact, it was November 22nd, 1974, the night after that terrible atrocity, the Birmingham pub bombings, which I remember very well. At the time, we all went to the theatre the following night, and it was still packed, and Spike Milligan mentioned it during the performance. Thanked everybody for coming out, because they'd heard the explosions on stage at the Alexandra Theatre the night before. So that fixes it in history for me at that time. But I was obsessed with Milligan, and all my schoolwork, my chemistry homework, everything was full of Milligan-esque jokes. And I was always being told off at school for putting silly little jokes into the work when I should have been writing about biology or physics or something. I wanted to make the teachers laugh when they got home and read my homework. That was my only aim. So I was told off, but then this opportunity came up to write a story for all this competition. I sent it in, and to my amazement, Kenneth himself selected it as one of the stories he was going to read during the week, because he only read one every day that week. The other stories were read by other actors, but there was a one spot every day, which was the Kenneth Williams spot, and I got the Wednesday the 10th of December, 1975. Sent it in, he read my story, and the only recording of that exists now, because the BBC, of course, wiped huge amounts of the archives, and that edition of Jackanory wasn't kept. But I did, thank goodness, get my dad to borrow, because we had no home video in 1975. He borrowed from a friend one of those old-fashioned tape recorders with big chunky buttons that you press down, you know those things? And he borrowed one. I held that up to the television and recorded the soundtrack. And that tape, amazingly, still exists and still plays after all these years. But that's the only recording that exists of the program now. Tragically, I'd kill to see it.